Unga will be on straight up burn, and Kazu is on Sultai control. So we can expect either a very short or a very long match. Probably a very short one, because of the
For
way
sure.
that a matchup works. I think I can give them the green light to start.
Yeah, good to go. I just familiarized myself with the decks.
Yeah, I have them open in the background.
Let's see.
Okay, so now we're waiting. And now a lot depends on how Unga will probably draw, if he will have an aggressive start. No, wait. He's on a Skred mono red.
Yeah, he's on Skred Red.
Which is slightly a bigger build that uses Goblin Chain with a Rampaging Ferocity as his bigger threats, and it might be actually better against Kazu's control, as he is trying to gain life with Uros and has a really greedy mana base, and this 2 Maguses of the Moon and 3 Blood Moons might prove a problem for him.
And the Rampaging Ferocidons, that'll get in the way of the life gain for sure.
Yeah, that's the great feeling of playing Uro into Rampaging Ferocidon, taking 1 and you play the Growth Spilar for 3 that does 1 damage to you.
Yeah.
Arzelots that will tax playing Uros from graveyard also will help a lot, especially as a fast block. They're currently, he's also on 4 Torbrands. This is really interesting to me, as this is for the first legendary creature and also a 4-drop in mono red, which is a really interesting choice. I think even though he's set up, maybe he wants to exploit the Goblin Chainwheeler Torbrand duo and rush them early with Simeon Spirit Guides, but
yeah, there's a lot of just coincidental ticks of 1 damage in there, so with Torbrand that'll be pretty big.
Yeah, and he, as we see, he is on the play and he will be playing the 2-drop 1 on the turn 1. I guess it's an Arzelot, yeah. So we're swinging for 2.
That's a pretty good card against Uro.
Turn 1, yeah, Uro doesn't gain health at all. Imagine Arzelot and Rampaging Ferocidon on the battlefield when the Arzelots will be.
Yeah, that would not be a pleasant thing to cast.
And another one? Yeah, another
Oh gosh.
That's a really fast clock. Maybe if Kazu has a Fatal Push, then, well, not even Fatal Push here.
Doesn't look like it.
Guessing he will be fetching for Zag of Triumph turn 1 to fix his mana if he's not Fatal Pushing it during combat.
You should go get a Triumph right now.
Yeah, the Triumph is coming into play, and now let's see what the turn 2 play Kazu has, because it's again a turn of doing nothing. I don't think he will be in the game after turn 3. It's a polluted delta, so all his removal options are open. He has access to Abrupt Decays and Assassin's Trophies and Fatal Pushes with Revolt if he would want them. I wonder if he will force him to force Kazu. Yeah, he's trying to force Kazu to use removal during his during combat or in main 1, so he can try to resolve a 3-drop, even through the mana leaks of Kazu. And let's see if this Rampaging Ferocidon resolves. It's resolving.
Oh gosh, it does.
Let's hope Kazu has an Abrupt Decay or an Assassin's Trophy, because it might be really bad.
Yeah, what is he probably getting? Revolt and then push, or no?
Oh, Revolt and push would work as well. Yeah, I didn't think about this one. And no, it's just a Revolt Cling to Dust to just cycle it and try to dig for an answer, but I don't know if that is fast enough. Especially that he's not gaining health with that card. Well, with Rampaging Ferocidon he even couldn't get health with that card, but this looks like a fast game 2 to me. I don't know what Kazu would need to pull. Even Uro doesn't gain him life now, so.
Oh yeah, that's game over. Okay, let's see.
That was a good.
Would Kazu have on the sideboard?
So, yeah, let's go ahead.
Kazu probably brings in Aether Gusts, 1 or 2 of the Engineered Explosives, another push, be Damnation. It doesn't look like he has anything else.
Yeah,
I'm wondering why he went on Damnation instead of Dead of Winter.
I think the two
I guess he
abrupt
doesn't actually have that many snowland.
I think two abrupt decays are coming in, and I think he has only like 3 or 4 snow-covered basics in his deck, so that's probably
Yeah, I
why
see that now.
he's
I
not.
forgot how greedy the mana base is.
Yeah, like he has 2 islands and a forest, but he wants different names for Field of the Dead, so he cannot play only snow-covered lands. If he would play only snow-covered, he probably could manage Dead of Winter, but since he's on the Field of the Dead as well, that's making it a lot harder. And on the Kazu side, I believe we can expect Boils to come in.
That would make sense, yeah.
And maybe Gravedigger Cages is what I would expect. I don't believe Kari's expertise is coming in here, and that's the only.
Stealing in a row and swinging with it would be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be hilarious, but I think it's slightly too slow. Like, you don't want the game to go that far that you can steal an Uro.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe. Unga is thinking, so maybe he is on the second tier plan of stealing an Uro after, making life gain impossible. That would be an interesting option for sure.
Alright, looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, Kazu is on the play this time, which makes his chances much
bit.
higher than in the game 1. Especially the 2-drop on turn 1 was really painful. Now, Kazu has 1 copy of Spellsnare, I believe. Yes, it is here. So we could see a counter spell of a turn 1 2-drop from Unga again. Then this time he can have an. Okay, never mind. He plays a tapped island.
Okay. Not quite where he wants to be.
Slower game. A slower game.
Yeah.
We have time, Kazu is not taking
It's
4.
already a much better start for Kazu.
No, Kazu is on turn 2 and doesn't have 13 life, so.
It's a bit of an improvement.
And yeah, let's see now what Unga decided to keep, because I don't think he would keep a hand without a 2-drop. Or a 3-drop, I guess. Yeah, then did Kazu keep a mana leak? Or anything similar? And yeah, we see Kazu fetching in response.
Is this going to be a mana leak or something?
I assume this is a mana leak. I remember him playing 2 copies of this card, if I'm not mistaken. Or,
it could be that, it could be Ether Gust, it could be a couple things.
Oh yeah, right now it could be an Ether Gust as well. Ether Gust would be brutal, especially if Unga doesn't have a 3rd mountain. But we will see. He opts for a green-blue source, which means Ether Gust is coming. Which I assume he has a black source in his hand for removal spells. And now where Unga puts the Goblin Chainwheeler, because if he doesn't have a mountain, he obviously puts it on the bottom. As he said, he's thinking, so I assume he has a mountain, but maybe only just 1, and he wants to play a slightly longer game.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Goes to the bottom.
Field of Ruin, a colorless source, but it can activate a fatal push if needed? No, because it's only non-basic lands, so it is a colorless source forever. And that's scary, because if he doesn't have a black-blue land, then the next turn we won't see cryptic commands or fatal pushes, which I still believe are one of the best in his... these are the best cards in his deck. Like, Uro is great, obviously, but let's see. Bone Crusher just as a 4/3, and it's getting Growth Spiraled in response. So into a blue source, into Ether Gust again. Oboro, I love this card. I love the way Kazu's using his deck. Yeah, and Ether Gust will put that on the top, I would guess this time. Yes.
Yep.
This was the second Ether Gas, which means that Kazu's hand was kind of amazing, but on the other hand, okay, a tapped Stick Monastery, that's a thing. If he might have I don't think he kept Primeval Titan in his deck, so
yeah.
there will be no shenanigans, otherwise it would be quite hard.
Well, he's just casting. Okay.
Fact or fiction.
Oh, that's a good fact.
That's a very good, he's in a very good position.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Let's see. Unga basically begs gods to not see an Uro there. There is Damnation, there is Fatal Push Script. Okay, that's it's kind of a game-winning factor fiction.
Oh yeah, you don't like most of those cards.
Two removal spells, a board wipe, a cryptic command, and a Misty Rainforest to activate Fatal Push, even if you split them this way.
And now Mystic Sanctuaries are turned on because he has 3 islands over there, so even putting those in the graveyard doesn't really get rid of them.
Yes.
This is not an optimal spot for
I
Unga.
don't know if he has more Mystic Sanctuaries though. I think he's on 2 Mystic Sanctuaries, so he needs to take Cryptic Command if he wants to use them, as he would need to start bouncing them back to his hand.
Yes.
Most Sultai builds with the Field of the Dead package run 2 Mystic Sanctuaries currently, because your mana base is so greedy you cannot reliably have enough islands for them. Especially if you are playing cards like Oboro, which replace what would be an island normally.
These piles make sense.
Yeah, but the left pile is like, show me a black source. Because Damnation is not a magic card currently, and Fatal Push and Assassin's Trophy need a black source, so if the Misty Rainforest is his black source, then he's primed into, he's taking Cryptic Command and Misty Rainforest, and even though Cryptic Command is an amazing card, like, his Bone Crusher Giant will somehow start going in for damage, and I didn't expect it to do that this game. So we have a Misty Rainforest, it will fetch a green-black source, I would believe, as he wants the second green for Uro, and he wants black for like casting black spells. And he's not changing the Field of the Dead into a basic, since his opponent is not playing a single non-basic card.
Have to take it.
Yeah, he should go down to 13 though. Yeah, and now let's see what happens next. We know that Kazu has a counterspell in hand, and I would assume that Unga will, he won't play anything. He will try to force Kazu to do some unoptimal plays. And Zag of Triumph. Yeah, that's even better. It's a green-black island, so if he didn't need mana at this point.
Opts to not cast the Cryptic Command there. Passing. That's a pull.
Yeah, he's just trying to get Kazu to burn range.
Just go right to combat.
You remember the times when the best creature in Skred Red was Goblin Rabble Master, and if you played it on 2, you basically like were close to winning the game. Oh. He's taking the...
Was going to cast Abrupt Decay, and then he decided not to, it looks like.
Wonder what is going through his head right now.
Yeah, he's probably thinking.
Because Abrupt Decay cuts him from black and green until end of turn. Okay, Unga is correct to say that Abrupt Decay was already declared as casted, so Kazu cannot take it back, as the card touched the table in quotation marks. And now, if Unga can double spell somehow, he will go through, as Kazu probably has only one reliable counterspell.
Yeah. I imagine it's going to do something and then bounce Mystic Sanctuary. He'll probably cast it even if Unga doesn't do anything.
Bouncing Mystic Sanctuary may be too slow because it puts your card on the top, and if you don't have a way to draw a card...
That's true.
As like
No.
As he cannot fetch for Mystic Sanctuaries, he's not in the position where he can put them before his draw step, and yeah, Uro is coming down, and doesn't have anything to do about that, because his Lightning Bolt is currently being... Yeah, his Lightning Bolt is currently being taken away by... Okay, response to the trigger. Boil, that's a blowout and a mana leak, you'll stop that.
Yeah.
That
Gosh,
would be
that's really an instant. Wow, what a card.
It is an instant. I learned it the hard way the other day, and it's like... Field bat's all over.
Oh yeah, Field when it's going to start churning out. This is very much an uphill battle for Unga now.
Yeah, the only thing I think will save him is the Okay, the Blood Moon can save him also. I was saying it's the second boil, but Blood Moon is basically the second boil, so... Kazu lost? Question mark?
Maybe.
I have... Like, he has exactly... 1 Ether Gust, 2 Abrupt Decays, and 3 Assassin's Trophies, and he needs to find his 1 Swamp to cast both of his removal spell, 1 of the 2 forests, and maybe 1 of the islands to destroy the Blood Moon. And currently he was not having a lot of lands because he was missing land drops during this game, and it looks like the Blood Moon will take over the game. Oh, he found the forest.
That's a green source.
That's a green source that works. Now he needs to find either a blue source for Ether Gust or a black source for a removal spell. But he's on a free, we can assume, 2-turn clock. So... Another creature and Magus of the Moon will basically solidify that Kazu is not casting an expensive spell during this game anymore. Gravedigger Cage just to make sure. Yeah. Kazu mentions that he should take 1 from his own Ferocidon, and yeah, that's what Kazu has going for him. His opponent took 1.
It's not optimal.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about playing your non-creature permanents in front of your creatures? It's like the new lands in front of the creatures.
Yeah.
They forbid them to do that blasphemy, so they started to figure out something else to frustrate their opponents, and going to 2. And I don't believe, Lightning Bolt is in hand, and yeah, that's the end of the game. The boil into Blood Moon, the 1-2 punch of mono red deck was too much for Sultai control.
Yeah, that was very well played by Unga, holding up like that.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful game, and Kazu had a great tournament, and even though he lost the semifinals, he will still play for the 3rd place, so this is not the last time we'll be seeing him, and the final will be between Civ Without Holes and Unga, and when? We don't know yet.
Obviously we had to wait for a bit before this game even.
Yeah, so
took a little time.
Thank you for the for commentating together. I will close.
It was a pleasure. Alright, yep.